Looking out in Carmel this morning where they are working really hard to get the streets cleared there. Not a lot of action going on in this shot, but we've been checking in live there and we've been watching as the plows have been scooping up the snow. There's one that's getting back to it this morning, right on cue. Thank you, buddy. So you've been scooping up that snow and actually getting it hauled out of the area. Yeah. Not every town or street is that lucky. A lot of that snow is just going to be pushed to the side and maybe building up and getting packed into your neighborhood. But at 6 o'clock on your Tuesday morning, we're glad you're up with us here on 13 Sunrise. Maybe it is back to work to you today, for you today. And you're going to be seeing a lot of that snow that is packed on the side of the roads as you head in today.
Yeah, so many of our neighborhoods, it's all pushed to the side, maybe in parking spaces. And that's why they're in downtown Carmel. They're working to get all of that out now that their plowing is done.
Because there's a lot of cars in downtown that are now completely surrounded by a wall of snow. What else are you going to do? You know, it's very tough.
That's
right?
enough to make you go back inside.
Correct.
Just call it a day if you can.
Yeah. I saw some folks kind of with a little baby shovel. I mean, that's what you have to do.
That was me trying to get back in my car yesterday.
I thought I recognized you.
Yes, it was.
It is so cold out there this morning too, so we're dealing with both snow and the cold. I want to show you the latest travel advisory map. We had an update just come in about 15 minutes ago. Shelby County and Franklin County, you are no longer under that travel warning. In the red color, the travel warning coming in from the Indiana Department of Homeland Security saying, hey, avoid all travel unless it's an absolute emergency or you're an essential worker. The orange color shows you the travel watch. We're seeing more of that more counties being downgraded to a watch, I should say. That does include Marion County. We're now down to a watch. So essential travel is permitted, but just be on the lookout. There's still a lot of snow patches on the roads. On the interstates, you're going to find a lane or two mostly open, but if you get outside of that, it does get very icy and snowy, and then the on and off ramps are still very snowy and very slick, so watch for that. Of course, we have a lot of school delays and closings. The red color shows you where it's just a simple additional snow day out there. Yesterday was one, today's was one as well. The yellow color shows you a lot of the e-learnings are out there, and there are a couple delays too. At the bottom of your screen, you're going to find 400 of them. If you just want to see the complete list, just go to WTHR.com, go to the weather part, and you'll find closings and delays. You'll be able to find it maybe a little bit faster that way. I want to show you outside on this cold, frigid start. It's 10 degrees right now. We do have a southwest wind, which is a warming wind. That's why temperatures are a little bit better this morning for some of us compared to where we were yesterday evening. We're near 0 yesterday evening. Now it's 10, so the southwest wind is a warming wind for us. It's very temporary. We're going to take these southwest winds and turn them over to northwesterly winds coming up later today. Another cold front is coming in. We'll let you know how much temperatures are dropping. Who has a chance maybe for a spotty flurry? But this morning it's cold, it's still slick, and Lindsay, you're seeing the result of that.
That's right. Yeah, we've got two pretty major situations causing a backup. One near the north split, one coming into the south split. They're both on I-70. This one is I-70 westbound, and it's going to be in those westbound lanes that would take you down through the collector. And then we've got that secondary crash on 70 eastbound. They're at West Street as you are approaching the south split. So let's take you to this first camera up here. This is going to be coming into the north split on I-70 westbound. You can see our issue right here with these flashing lights that is blocking that left travel lane, but this is creating basically traffic that is now stopped coming into downtown due to that lane being blocked in that situation there. This is a new one. I don't even see any flashing lights yet with this situation. This is I-70 eastbound, again near that West Street exit. Got a couple vehicles involved here. This car facing the wrong direction, so it's completely spun out, and this is blocking traffic all except one lane getting around that. So that's creating a significant delay. Here are your I-70 delays, by the way. In both directions, we're looking at a 12 to 13 minute slowdown across the downtown area. So pretty significant there, and we'll continue to follow those crashes, but just know that we've got a couple more slide offs and other issues around the metro that you're going to perhaps encounter. We're going to keep you posted, though, with those more major situations causing the biggest backups.
And we'll keep an eye on that travel advisory map, too. And even though Marion County did switch to that travel watch, there are still people struggling to get out of their neighborhoods.
Yeah, a big question that a lot of you are asking when you wake up is, when is my road going to be plowed? Anna Chalker is in studio this morning with the city's answer to that. Good morning, Anna.
Good morning, Lindy. So here's the answer, plain and simple. The city says roads will be cleared by late afternoon today, but there are still so many neighborhood streets that we've seen and we've been on that the Department of Public Works needs to get to. So let's take our drive cam here for a minute just for you to see this. This is near the State Fairgrounds on the north side. I mean, you could just see on that road. The snow packed there. It's kind of hard to get on. I know our photographer's been struggling a little bit. We've seen the car bouncing. Now DPW says their crews have cleared half of the neighborhoods in 5 of the city's townships. And this is the first major snowstorm when the city used their new snow removal plan. While crews started with main thoroughfares and connector streets, DPW says they still need to bring attention to them in the coming days. And the department says they understand the frustration from residents, but still ask for patience while they continue to clear the roads.
This is still going to take a little while. This was Indy's largest snowfall in more than a decade, and the temperatures are not in our favor. This snow is here to stay, folks.
Now here's another big question we've been hearing. Why have I not seen salt on my roads? Well, this is because of how cold it is and salt loses its effectiveness. So it could be a while before you start driving on some bare pavement. You're probably just going to be driving on snow, even though these plows are hitting these areas now. So a lot of going on. It's going to be a long process. We've got to get through it. But through all of this, the city really is making it easier for residents to say, hey, this is where we're going to be. And we want to make sure you see kind of what that timeline is looking in. So coming up, we'll show you what that website is.
And the salt might have helped the first layer.
Yeah,
but
but not now.
Yes, but it was so much snow back to back to back that, it wouldn't have helped that much. But thank you for that, Anna.
That's the situation in Marion County. We're also keeping an eye on things in Hamilton County. The city of Carmel says plows have finished plowing those main routes. And now, like you saw just a second ago, they are turning their attention to cleaning up downtown and midtown.
So we're tracking what that cleanup means if you have to head out very soon. Marina Silva has been in our drive cam this morning. I know you've been seeing some action out there. You've got some of those plows that are starting to move into the area. How much progress are they making?
Good morning, ladies. Well, they have made so much progress, especially just in the time that we've gotten here. So immediately, I want to show you what we're seeing. Right now, you're seeing one of these skid steers take some of the snow that's in the pile and put it just into this truck, and then it's going to a different location. We've been told from the foreman, we just spoke with him a little while ago, they've been out here since midnight. They said that they've gotten, I think, all of the streets plowed and movable right now. So their efforts are focusing towards cleaning up this downtown area. We're actually on Main Street right now. We've been here for at least 2 hours and watching them do this, and they're making some really good time. But still, the foreman says it's going to take another few nights to do this. Now they're telling us that they're tired, they're cold. They've been working in 12-hour shifts since Saturday to clean up and really plow at the city of Carmel. Hear what he has to say right now about the efforts here on Main Street.
We have an off-site location that we are now using. It's about 3 miles from here, 4 miles from here. It's much more convenient than hauling it out to our other lot.
He says this is actually really helping them to make sure that there is parking. So if you need to commute through this area, there's now going to be some parking spots. If you need to go to work or go to any of the businesses here on Main Street, one of the things that the crews are asking of everybody is to avoid this downtown area right now, especially as this morning commute's coming, but avoid it if you have to drive through here from between midnight and 7. They said once rush hour starts, they're going to actually move to, I think, the Midtown location is what he said, to start doing some of the snow removal efforts there. But it's going to take at least a couple more nights of working through these 12-hour shifts to get some of this area cleaned up. You can see right now that they are another truck just came in. They're putting more snow. So they're making some pretty good time, ladies.
Lots of progress there. We'll take it. Marina, thank you for the look. We appreciate it.
And nice to see it heading out of there instead of just packed on the side of the streets. All that snow, though, has hit some places and had them closed since the weekend. And that can leave some people feeling stranded or being actually stranded.
And if you do need a warming center, maybe your pipes burst or you're stranded, you do have some options here. We want to make sure we remind you this morning. And one of them is right on your phone. Anyone in Indiana can call 211, and that will connect you with someone who can then help you find resources near you. And that's weekdays from 8 in the morning till 6 at night.
Yeah, you can also check out the website anytime. When it comes to finding some shelters local, the people at Wheeler Mission say that this storm brought in the most people that they've helped so far this season. That's about 800 men, women, and children, and that was just on Sunday night.
Storms like this are when people are hurt. It's when frostbite kicks in, and so we want to be sure that if people need a place to stay, we are here and the doors are open.
And the mission has their staff stay at the shelters when they anticipate a storm like this too, so they can be ready to welcome people in. They do create overflow space to help as many people come in from the cold as possible.
These bitter cold temperatures are more than just uncomfortable. They can also be pretty dangerous.
Yeah, but not everyone can put off shoveling and other outdoor chores. So if you do have to be the one to brave the cold, first responders say be prepared and pace yourself too. We've talked a lot about dressing in layers, but you want to stay hydrated too.
Most importantly, listen to your body. If something starts to feel off, maybe chest pain, dizziness, or shortness of breath, experts say it's time to take a break.
If you start to experience any symptoms of fatigue, shivering, confusion, clumsiness, that's the early signs of hypothermia, and just go inside, warm up.
And doctors say in extreme cold like this, frostbite can set in within a matter of minutes. So if you have things like numbness, tingling, or even a burning sensation that doesn't go away once you warm up, you're asked to see a doctor right away.
Make sure you have the tools right at your fingertips, though, with the WTHR weather app, so you can check the temperature before you head out, or the wind chill. That's what's really dangerous. Our blog is updated anytime right now on your phone. It's a free download in your app store, too.
Your time is now 6:10. Developing this morning, Metro Police are trying to figure out what happened before a deadly shooting on Indy's south side.
I can show you where this happened around 11 last night on this map. This is Laurel Street, southeast of Shelby Street and Troy Avenue. When officers arrived at this area, they say they found a man who'd been shot and he died at the scene.
Police have not said whether they've identified a suspect or a motive in this case, but we'll be checking in. We'll let you know when we learn more. President Trump shuffling the leadership of his immigration crackdown. We'll tell you who's in and who's out in the wake of Saturday's deadly shooting in Minnesota.
And if you were on TikTok scrolling earlier this week, maybe you had some big issues with your timeline. This is just after a U.S. company takes over. We'll tell you what the platform says is to blame for some of those big issues.